Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going over a race that we had at Lime Rock in the GR Butt Kicker series. And for those of you that do play iRacing, you will know that Lime Rock is a very short track, fairly simple, but it can definitely provide some super exciting racing, and this race definitely had some of that. It had some super tight battling, and I'm honestly just glad that we got through it alive. So starting in P6, and yeah, let's go ahead and see what happens. So yeah, here we go. Lights went green. This was my first rolling start. This was also my first race in the Toyota GR86, which is a pretty fun car to drive. It's fairly simple. I want to say it's more simple than the Mazda Miata MX-5. That's actually a pretty difficult car to drive, to be honest, to start off with. But yeah, it was a pretty humble start. We weren't pushing too crazy. We were just trying to figure stuff out. I have done more races in the GR86 since. This is pretty old footage that I'm going over now. But yeah, definitely want to start getting some more content out for the channel. I've got a lot of pre-recorded races that I need to go over, but also new stuff. As you can see here though, we got a move done. Pretty nice, and then absolute carnage on the exit of that corner. So some free positions off the bat. I think here we're in P3, and I was already getting nervous. I was like, oh shit, we have the possibility of a podium. But yeah, you guys will see towards the end of the video how that finished. Here we try and take a look on the outside, but just didn't have remotely enough grip, and we even catch a little bit of grass. So right back to P4 we went, and yeah, this is definitely a super fun track. I actually just watched a video of somebody in the Formula V, and it also had some super wheel-to-wheel battling. But yeah, as you guys also probably know, for those of you that race, or sim race I should say, sometimes the beginning of the race is super exciting. It could also absolutely ruin your day. But that's normally where a lot of the action happens. Then there's kind of just a battle for pace in the middle, and sometimes everybody bunches up back together right at the end of the race, and that's kind of what happened here. But yeah, here we are in P4. We're still really just defending. We had a guy, Chen Lu the second. We're Francisco Garcia the 15th, which is crazy. I really need to change my name, because having the number 15 is unreal. I don't think I've ever even been in a lobby with somebody who had double digits. But yeah, we took a defensive line there. It worked out. We were definitely feeling some heat. But yeah, no, definitely thinking of changing my first name on my iRacing account to Cisco, which would make sense because it is kind of the name of the channel, but also the 15 is just devious work. This corner here was super fun to take. The force feedback definitely makes it feel like you're going over a big hump. And yeah, we actually ended up making a mistake at that corner, which you guys will see soon. But yeah, as I'm making this voiceover, I do realize that there was a Nathan Brown 21 in this lobby, so I retract my statement. I do think that might be the only other time I've seen someone with double digits. There is 11 other Nathan Browns, guaranteed. I've just never raced with any of them. But still changing the name. Definitely still changing our name. Yeah, and aside from the mistake that we're about to make soon, it really was just a pace battle, and us hoping that the drivers ahead would battle and slow each other down. So we were definitely trying our hardest. I'm not sure that we were putting in the most consistent laps, but we definitely played our role. And I think consistency is also just the term that keeps coming up for me, especially where I'm at now in my sim racing journey, and just being able to nail the same lap. Like, find your lap time, find a pace that you're genuinely comfortable with, that's achievable, and then just being able to bang that out lap after lap. And it's difficult. It's difficult. I definitely have a lot of moments. You guys will see as I start pushing out more content. I definitely have some blunders.
car in P1 just set the fastest lap.
So
1.55.
fortunately though, what we've been trying to do better is at least have blunders that don't screw up everybody else's race, because you just never want to be that guy. But here we are. Chen Lu definitely starting to catch up with us, just 3/10 behind now, so he's waiting to have a look. There are some corners here that I now know you just simply shouldn't overtake at. I don't think I'm not saying that particularly because we tried anything that we shouldn't have, but for example, that last corner there is definitely not a place that you should overtake at, even if you're side by side. You should just back out. Here's the mistake. Super understeery, taking the grass, and just giving the absolute perfect opportunity to Chen and Christopher, who slip right on through. So, right back down to P6 where we started. We fortunately have a pretty decent gap to the drivers behind us, and we also have now a 3-car battle ahead of us, basically. So, being at the back of the train sometimes does make you feel pretty safe. There goes our buddy Chen. He didn't manage to stay in the race. Absolutely spun it. Not sure if he made contact there. It might be in the highlights at the end of the video. I'm not sure if I looked over that. But yeah, that was one other guy out of the way. Back into P5, and things start getting close. Things definitely start getting close. Getting an off track there. We were probably pushing harder than we really needed to. I think that's a concept I'm starting to understand better now, is that pushing to the extent of, getting off tracks or touching grass or taking over a curb is just not actually making you quicker. Because you're going to end up losing the time somehow. You're going to lose the momentum, or you're going to get penalized. It's just not worth it. But 3 drivers ahead, going nearly 3 wide. It didn't end up that way on the exit at all, which is definitely a good thing, but that gave us a huge opportunity to get right behind them. And it's actually kind of depressing because we weren't able to make as much happen as we wanted to, but it was also still super exciting just to be a part of it and have some real good racing. Dabbing the brakes there a little bit. I really didn't have to. Just trying to keep it tucked. Trying to avoid any mistakes.
What are you doing?
I'll also say I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, this also was the first race that I had voice chat turned on. I could be wrong. I might have done 1 or 2 before, but this was around the time that I started using voice chat, and it was hilarious. Even in the practice sessions, some people are just funny. Sometimes hearing somebody get mad after an incident, or just, being able to apologize or talk to somebody if something happened between you guys. Like, I like that. I definitely like that option. So I've kept it on since. Had
Three
to
car ahead.
get pretty hard on the brakes there. A little bit of an incident. They touch. We try to go deep on the inside.
Car
Pause.
on your left, too wide.
And we didn't get nearly as much of a run as I thought we would. That might have been on us because we lifted, but even through all that, we ended up right where we were before. It's just Kai Bush, who was in P2, that drops to P4.
Left side.
And we get a cheeky dive bomb there. I don't think he saw that one coming, but that moved us up one. Touching grass there, going wide on the exit, but
Clear on the left.
still just defending for our lives. Super scrappy there, but we closed any gap that he had. We get the run into a corner that, again, we just couldn't make a move in. You see us lifting off the throttle there. But those are also situations that I still am improving with, is knowing exactly how much to lift, knowing how much to dab the brake in a way that you're obviously still avoiding contact, but not fully losing your momentum, you know, not losing that slipstream and not getting any farther behind, which is exactly what we did. There was no real reason we should have lost that much pace there. And then Kai Bush was on our outside again. So we're defending.
You're back in
And
fourth.
Nah, you're good. I overreacted. I'm just
hold
calling my way
position.
back. I started first and got wrecked.
we definitely hold
You know.
position. That dive bomb we had on him was pretty nasty. I felt confident after that one. That was cheeky. I didn't even expect myself to go through with it. It actually just kind of happened. I felt like I was channeling a little bit of some real racing DNA there. Because I normally tend to not be that aggressive just because I'm still at a rate where safety rating and license is everything, but that's definitely changed. It also depends on the car, it depends on the series. I find that when it comes to the F4 cars, I definitely got some pace. Sports cars, not so
The car
much.
in P1
Not so
just set the fastest lap. 1.163.
Pretty sure the guy in P1 is absolutely gone. He's definitely at least 10 seconds ahead of us, and he was putting in lap times 1 to 2 seconds quicker than ours. Not sure why my wipers were going off there either. That has happened to me before. I wonder if it's a button on my wheel. Here we go. Here we got to run. But kind of miss our braking marker. Not really sure what we were doing there. Again, just not enough. Didn't have enough
The leader is running.
to really make some moves happen. There was still definitely a lot of promise, though. Still definitely a lot of promise. Only a second between us and P2. So we definitely felt there was a lot of opportunity left. I say that all the time, too. Just recently I raced Road Atlanta, and there were a couple times where after an off track or something, I had to tell myself, you know, there's still plenty of opportunities here. After a couple lost positions or whatever, there's still plenty of opportunity. And that Road Atlanta race did not end well for us at all. I can definitely tell my line was just too tight, though. My line was just way too tight through that double apex, and I just couldn't get the run. I should have opened it up more so I could get back on the gas earlier, but we just hadn't figured that out yet. We had definitely not figured that out.
You got a slow car on the right. You got a slow
A little
car
bit
on
of
the
traffic
right.
joining the race. Not sure that I remember how much that affected us, but we got right behind this guy. Big lift there to not hit him. Unfortunate when you get slowed down in that way. There's really not that many places to go here. This is a fairly narrow track. The GR looks super bulky. And the guy in traffic, I mean, almost having to go on the grass there. That was not the best place to just park the car. Should have just gone through that corner, but that's alright. I understand. I've made mistakes like that too. Again, super tight through this corner. And you can just tell he's getting on the gas earlier. Luckily, he had a little bit of a wiggle. We were able to catch his slipstream. 3/10 now. Building a gap behind. Another off track. And up goes the white flag. So, last lap to get a podium. Last one. I had to take the look on the inside. We try to go late on the brakes, but not a lot of room for us there. Not a lot of room. Taking a whole lot of curbing, having to dab the brakes again, and a big lift to make sure to not hit him. This guy was probably defending for his life. I understand. I do understand, but didn't have a good look there. And this was basically the last run. Again, if we had mastered that double apex there, we would have been able to get a better run. That probably would have helped us throughout the entire race, but it just didn't happen. But still, a lot of incidents avoided.
There's the flag. It's
A lot of
over.
good work done.
There's an incident
This was
behind
definitely a
it. Good
race
job.
that...
Very good
Hi,
job.
bro. You fucking dumb cunt.
Oh. Somebody was pretty angry there at the end. But yeah, definitely learned a lot from this race. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's go ahead and check out the results. I did feel that we just had to take another look at this overtake we had into turn 1, because it just doesn't come very often when we have one of those little moments of glory where we're confident to go late on the brakes. He did leave the door wide open, but as soon as he saw us on the inside, there was nothing he could do. He was gaining a little bit on us. We went wide and avoided some contact, but a good move nonetheless. A good move. Here are the results. We gained 59 I rating and went up 0.11 in safety rating. So around now we have a 1300 I rating in the sports license, which is not good at all. Like I said, we blundered Road Atlanta, and we've had some pretty bad ones before that too. But our safety rating is better, and our Formula I rating is at, I think, mid, like 1500s. So that's the difference in pace we have between the sports and the Formula car. But yeah, P4 from P6, not bad. Left a lot to be desired for, but not a bad race. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment, leave a like, leave a subscription. I don't care. Any support is appreciated. So, love you guys. Thank you guys for sticking around and watching. Peace.